no, because it has the antlers.
It's a buck, yeah.
Justin Bieber.
Fuck no.
Oh,
That's
it's
the
a
one they're all stumped on, Chase.
big buck.
Bye, Dad.
What'd you say, Mr.
What'd you say?
I told Chase this is the one you guys are all
Big bucks?
stuck on.
Big bucks.
This is all the ones you guys aren't
Fancy
gonna get.
bucks?
Yeah, I was gonna say that as well. Big buck.
Buccaneers? Yeah.
President Buck.
It'd be easier probably if we were in religion class.
Religion class. That's it.
Okay.
Saint potato.
Saint potato. Saint.
Fancy man.
Is it like a?
Don't re me.
Don't read me
The
for so lucky, don't.
construction worker that we met yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
Guess every word in the human language.
Pie.
10 seconds.
Cake.
Pie.
Pizza.
Don't re me for
Great, dedicated life. Jesus,
Fancy dough.
married,
Fancy
God,
dough.
always.
Buccaneer.
Yes, IW. Guidance, patience, carpenter,
Don't re me for Latino.
tools, builder,
Daddy.
world.
Something.
Time. Okay.
No.
So you might say this in a prayer. This is, dear Lord.
If he had a crown, I'd probably.
Dear Lord.
He looked like the guy from Beastars. It's like the I can't find the hole in my stuff.
So,
Yeah, he's back.
trying to get back.
That loves us.
It's saying that we need to keep tournaments.
To get through some stuff, we might do tournaments. Now, we left off talking about this last week, or whatever day it was.
Oh yeah,
Remember this? This is what?
a dateline.
This is the line of what?
Day.
I don't know if Chase can see that line.
No. The line of political parties. It was, yeah.
Here, so let's
Good job, Gianna.
put it. Whoops. Chris, you want to turn that light on? So this is political philosophy, remember?
Oh.
And we said people in the middle are called what?
They're moderate.
Moderates. People on the left are called what?
Liberals.
Liberals. People on the right are called
Conservatives.
conservatives. Now, usually conservative means you don't like change. Okay? So they want little or no change. Or another word for that, little or no change, is the status quo.
Oh.
Status quo means keeping things the way they are. So basically, what kind of government do they want? Remember we said the debate on governments? Remember what were the two sides?
Democrat, Republican.
No. In the debate about government.
Federalist and anti-federalist.
Yeah, but what was their philosophy that was different?
Central government and.
So one wanted a strong central government, one wanted a weaker or less central government. So if they want to keep stuff little or no change, the status quo, what kind of government they want? Versus the liberals who want what? They want lots of change. So this usually means a bigger government, a stronger government, okay? This usually means lesser government. And these identify with a political party. This political party is what? In our society, it's Republican Party. Okay? And then this is the Democratic Party. But it didn't start out that way. So if you look on that, on your sheet, some of you took those notes yesterday. So the first group were the Federalists. So on the sheet, the example, the evolution of parties, the first were Federalists. And we know they wanted what? What kind of government did they want? Strong central government. But eventually, they became known as the National Republicans. National Republicans. Then they became known as the Whigs. And then, under Abraham Lincoln, they became the Republicans. But what happened to their philosophy? Here they want a strong central government. Now they want what?
Strong.
They want little government. So they evolved and changed completely their philosophy. While this other party, okay, there were only two that evolved. So Democratic Republicans became known as the Democrats. So they started off saying government should be what? Under the Democratic Republicans, they were against, so these were the people that were the anti-federalists. And they formed a party called the Democratic Republicans. Remember, the anti-federalists didn't want what? They wanted a weaker government. Why did they want a weaker government?
So it wouldn't take control of their rights.
So it wouldn't take control of our rights, okay? So they've changed, they've evolved, so today. So they got, when they say big government, they just say government should be doing lots of programs. Okay? But if government does lots of programs, what do you have? What do you need to do lots of programs? So if we decide to add shop class here at St. Joe, that would cost what?
Money.
A lot of money, right? So whenever you add programs, it costs what? More money. Where do they get it?
Taxes.
Taxes. So usually, if you have a bigger government, it's gonna mean what? More taxes, bigger taxes. So normally, the Democrats, they favor bigger taxes because they want what? More government programs, okay? The Republicans, they say what?
Little government, more army.
So little government, less government, and that means less what? Taxes. Less taxes to do things. In general, that's what the different philosophies are. Most people are in here, okay? So depending on the issues of that party, and basically the goals of a party is called the platform. Is that on your notes? Put it on there. So the platform are the goals that a party has. This means this is what they want to accomplish. So let's just take our current election. What are some goals that the two parties have? What are some issues that they have goals about? What are some issues in the current election? What? COVID-19, okay? COVID-19, how do you deal with that? So their platform, they say, this is what we're gonna do for it. That would be in their platform. Okay, what's another issue?
It's kind of like COVID-19, but Trump wants to replace Obamacare.
Healthcare, okay? Healthcare. What's the government's role in healthcare? So there's two different philosophies. So the Democrats say the government should take an active role in healthcare and that everybody gets healthcare and the government provides it. And the Republicans say everybody should have to earn that or work towards that. It's not the government's job to provide all that. So different philosophies, you see? Okay, the issue of life, big one for us, right? Abortion. Abortion, in the current election, Democrats say what?
It's fine.
Every woman should have a right to choose. Abortion is okay. Republicans say what?
It's not okay.
It's not okay. Abortion should be wrong, illegal. But another life issue is capital punishment. What's that mean?
Like,
You know, capital
cruel or
punishment.
unusual.
If you kill somebody for committing a crime, that's capital punishment. Okay? Democratic platform says what? Shouldn't do that.
So yeah, give it up.
Shouldn't do that. Republicans say what?
You should do that.
You should do that. So their goals, you see, are what? Different. And the more you get to each side, the more split sometimes happens. And people that are way over here on this side, guess what they're called? They're called radicals. Somebody that's radically liberal. So you notice during the debate, both the vice president and the president tried to paint their opponent as what? Way over here on the left. Because most people are where? We said most people are here. So they're trying to paint them way over here so the people in here think what? No, I don't want to vote for somebody way over there. Okay, same way over here. People way over here are called what?
Radicals.
Radicals too. You can be radically right or radically left. And the problem, if you look at them, they kind of look what? The same. But they're really, philosophically, they're opposites. Like here's the most radical group on the left are communists.
Oh, jeez.
Okay? Communists wanted change, and how should we get change, the communists said. So in Russia, how did they get a change? How did the communists take over? Well, we're going to learn that this year, but they violently took over. They had a revolution. In a way, we could say, where did the American Revolution start on this line? Where were the founding fathers on this line?
In the middle.
They wanted to see a change, right? What change did they want to see? The end of British authoritarian rule. So they were kind of over here on the left. They might even be considered radicals. Who's over here radically on the right? We're going to study about him too. One of the most infamous characters in history. And his party. The Nazis.
Oh,
Adolf.
They're way on the right.
jeez.
Or another group that's right where there, okay? The KKK.
Ah, yes.
Ku Klux Klan, that means their status quo is their idea of what the perfect race is and who should be ruling, and they should keep the power, okay? So we've had both of these groups in the news that's been going on, okay? And both parties are trying to paint the other ones as what? They're trying to paint them as radicals. Because most people don't like radicals. They see they're what? They're crazy. That's craziness to be able to do that kind of stuff. Most of us are here in the middle. Whether we side this way or that way, most people are in the middle. And most of you, probably your political views are only based on what right now?
Parents.
Your parents. So whatever you've heard your parents talk about is probably what you think.
Yeah.
As you get older, Sometimes that stays the same, and sometimes that what? Changes. When you begin to think for yourself on what's the role of government. But this really boils it down to, some people don't understand that it's just how you view government. And our problem today is that we're attacking people instead of what? Instead of disagreeing with the philosophy. I don't agree with your philosophy about government. I think this philosophy is better. Let's work towards this philosophy. But instead, we're attacking people, and then we're picking sides. And so our country is, what's happening to it?
Dividing.
Okay, it's getting split. When the majority of the people in our country would agree on most things. Okay, but we split, and then we push towards these edges here. When you focus on people and not the issues. But the platform is a goal that the party has, what they want to accomplish. So each party has a set of goals they want to accomplish. And how they're going to do it. Although during election year, what you see is lots of promises and very little specific plans. So even during the debate, if you've watched, anybody watch any of the debates?
Oh, yeah.
So if you listen to the questions, when the moderator gives the president or the vice president or their opponents a question, oftentimes they never answered the question. They went off and just talked about their other agenda, okay? That's what's difficult in our country today. But it's important for us to understand, okay, that this is just different views of government. And the sad part now is that this has become formalized, even though the Constitution said what? We shouldn't have what? We shouldn't have parties. It's going to split our country up. Well, you can't, it's formalized now that a person almost has, if they want to get elected, they have to agree with everything their what? Platform says. So, Joe Biden, the opponent for Trump, what religion is he? He's Catholic.
He said,
He would only, if he was elected, he'd be the second Catholic ever elected. But he's standing for, we said he's standing for an issue that as a church disagrees with.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to follow a platform because you're part of that party to get elected that you might not agree with. I don't know what his personal opinion is on abortion. I hope it's okay. But so when people look at electing a president or any leader, those are the things you're looking at. They're standing for these various issues and their view of government and how it works.
Who was the first Catholic president?
Let's do one last thing here. Industrial Revolution. We already know this. What's that stand for? So where it says development of political parties, this is the note you should have on it. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
What does status quo mean? Who wrote that down? Keeping things the way it is. Okay? Keeping things the way it is. Of course, that doesn't mean if the Republicans, if the Democrats are in control, do they want to keep it the way it is?
Yeah.
No, they want to keep it the way it is in terms of their view, right? So, status quo to Republicans would be having little government, okay? Status quo to Democrats is what? Bigger government, doing lots of programs, okay? Each of you eventually will decide, I think this is better, Or some will say, I think this is better. It's a general philosophy as you go on. But right now, you're probably saying it according to your parents.
No.
How many right now, you know what your parents are
I know.
on this line? You know what they are.
Every day.
Okay?
Is there one more?
Avery, you don't know what your parents are? Okay. You don't know, Christian? Your aunt is? You don't know?
I know Isaac.
Does talk about
My
it?
stepdad. So my dad kind of.
Okay.
But my mom doesn't.
Okay, what's the definition of the Industrial Revolution? Put the definition down. What is it? We learned this last year, right?
Yeah, it was
Revolution means it's what? What's the word for revolution?
Change.
Change. So what change?
Money change.
machines or something.
Change from what?
Hands to machines.
Okay, change from hand labor
Oh,
to
machine labor.
machine labor.
Oh, I got it right.
So under the Industrial Revolution, that's what you should write. Change from hand labor to machine labor. Then here's your assignment. I want you to find those inventors.
Okay.
So all those inventors, they invented some specific thing. Some of them we've already gone through. I want you to write them down, so you'll have them. Now, you could either look them up on Google, or you could do it the easy way, which is what?
Look at Google Classroom.
Look at Google Classroom and look at Mr. Hale's notes. Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
So there's a bunch of inventors after the Industrial Revolution. I want you to put down what they invented for next time.
Huh?
So,
Oh, yeah, my bestie.
how many of them are there?
My bestie's
How many are there?
There's 1, 2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
2, 4, 6, 7.
Oh,
Seven or
what
eight?
is my definition?
7.
7.
I said
We're
8.
gonna double it, so it's worth 14.
Ooh, awesome.
Chocolate. Thank you,
Morse.
I wonder. I know how to count. Either it's the chocolate. There's 12. Chocolate. No.
Take out your planner, write that
I'm
down.
joking.
Take out your planner and write that down.
Oh, I just tapped my back in the truck.
So I didn't put that on the homework, Chase.
Social studies.
But now you know. We're gonna go into current events, so if you wanna watch current events, Chase, you can keep watching. If not, we're done covering our information.
Should we go to our
Chase, vote for a side.
No, because remember we had to change teams. Hi, Chase.
Can I say hi?
Gianna.
You guys are gonna say hi to them live, because Mrs. Rhodes said each distance learner is gonna meet with their classroom once a week, somehow. Whether that's a Zoom or whatever.
I mean,
Okay,
I can come to school. My mom is.
so, did we do current events in this seating room chart yet?
No.
Okay, so we'll just do it this way.
Oh.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Emily, you guys need to do
Yeah,
yours.
we'll just- So, team 1, team 2. 1 and 2. Christian, have you been the spokesperson yet? But you have been the spokesperson this year. Okay, Joey's the spokesperson. Have you been? Spokesperson. Andrew and Joey. Okay, rock, paper, scissors, you go first.
Stop talking about Andrew. I told you.
What do you do?
I said keep it off.
Oh yeah, everyone except for your team.
Who won?
Andrew.
Okay, Andrew, pick. 200.
Yes.
No, you tore it. Stop. This is exactly what Allison said, Christian. She's like, show Christian because he said that
You play every
said that he really wants that.
Who was
That's
the
like
first Catholic
That's what
president?
Allison said. So don't.
Who? I don't. As of yesterday, so I haven't looked at today's paper. So they might have won. I don't know if they had a game last night. Who won the NBA or is ahead in the NBA championship?
Okay.
Yes, what?
Good answer. Chance Steele?
What do you need to do? What? Oh, wait. Who won the last NBA game last night was the question, correct? Yeah. I don't know, Bella, do you know?
Lakers.
Lakers.
Go Bella.
Oh, I just guessed.
I have no idea which team I'm on, so I can neither boo nor.
On that team.
You need to be cheering for Bella.
Joey?
I know you. Okay then. World.
Allison, you need to face forward.
World for 200.
World for 200. The Nobel Prizes have been given out this week. They're in the process of giving them all out. It's a prize that originated in what European country?
Oh.
The Nobel Institute is in what European country? Chance of Steele over there?
What? What is the Swedish country? Huh?
That's
No, European.
I don't know. Sweden?
Sweden.
Oh my God. Who said Sweden?
It's over here.
Let's do
European.
Minnesota for 300.
Minnesota for 300. These have become the new toilet paper in terms of shortages of this because of the coronavirus.
Oh.
What is facing massive shortage because of the coronavirus? No longer toilet paper is number one. This is number one thing short.
Sticks.
It's a new thing every week.
It's Mikey, hand you good.
Can't steal?
Kleenexes.
You disgusting. Disgusting.
Answer?
Kleenex.
Kleenex. Paper.
They did a commercial on
gonna
that.
say
They did a commercial.
Not Clorox.
Clorox wipes.
Dang it.
What? I said hand.
What did that
There's
do?
nowhere.
What?
Oh my gosh.
Not Clorox is better.
Yeah, every teacher still does.
Maddie, I don't think it poisons it. I just
Ryder.
Who wants to go?
No.
Bella is going.
Ryder's going in line.
Ryan's going.
What are the options again? Do like entertainment.
Anything that
Entertainment
they did
for 100.
for 100? Where do people go to rent movies the cheapest?
The gas station.
You gotta be more specific. The place. These are at gas stations.
I know what it is.
What was it?
Wait, Greg.
Come on, you just grew a tail.
It's always
Huh?
Your turn.
Oh, it's me. Okay, this is not gonna end up good. Let's just do is sports an option?
What did you choose?
Okay.
If you reverse your turn, it is an
Oh,
option.
wait, no, wait, no. I didn't.
You did Minnesota.
You can do sports.
Okay. Let's do sports for 100.
7 million hours.
Sports for 100.
This is not gonna end up good.
What high school team is rated? What girls' high school team is rated #1 in volleyball? Even before the season has started, and it's in our school district.
Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Eden Prairie.
That is nowhere near us.
Chance to steal.
I like the effort though. Thank you. I don't know.
Eastern's so bad, like every.
Answer? Joey, answer?
Egan.
What?
Oh
my gosh, you're just guessing!
Really good.
I said that.
We have to make sure
to 500.
Whose turn over here? Ewan.
No, we still have 10 minutes.
World for 200. Criticism of this South American country's government is because thousands of acres of their forested land, the Pantanal, has been burned, and they're criticizing the government for doing very little to stop it. What South American country?
Yes. He said something.
Are they allowed to
Brazil.
You don't know what South
Yes, she was.
Whoa, good job.
Wait, what was it? Brazil.
Brazil.
They're into the bonus points. Whose turn over here?
Do entertainment. Can I do entertainment for 200?
Entertainment for 200. Two of the top selling or planned costumes for Halloween are tributes to people who have died recently. So
Is it like a
if
true
you name them
false
both, I'll double your points. You only have to name one of the costumes. They're paying tribute to people who have died recently.
Oh, definitely.
What?
Yeah, Lucy.
Doctor? Can steal?
I did Kobe Bryant.
She didn't know, okay.
I don't know.
Kobe Bryant and
Chadwick Boseman from Black Panther.
Black Panther dude.
Chadwick Boseman.
that died.
So the costume is the dude?
No,
Black Panther.
Black Panther and Kobe Bryant. It's Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah! Are you kidding me?
No, the other costume is Supreme Court Justice
Oh,
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
I did not see people.
Seriously?
I mean, who would be a judge for
Bella.
I was happy when I got
Lucy, where's your chair? Back there?
Yeah.
Okay. Bella.
Entertainment 200.
That was just entertainment. Chance to go over here. You lose your turn when you choose something that was already chosen. Avery.
Wow.
Minnesota for 200. U.S. Minnesota for 200. The company that makes N95 masks are finding fake ones being produced all over the world. This Minnesota company is trying to get them to stop. What is the Minnesota company that makes N95 masks? Like, anybody have one of them? No. They're the kind that come out and have the.
I have no idea.
I'll give you a hint too, 'cause they also make tape. And stickies. No? Still don't know?
Wait, you said
Can't still?
and what?
Sticky stuff.
Huh?
Like, Alma was
Does
Gorilla
glue-
Glue.
Does glue count?
Elmer's
They make
glue.
more now.
Should we just go?
Elmer's glue or something?
No, we're not Elmer's. They make Elmer's.
Answer, Joey?
Well, mayo. Okay.
3M.
Oh!
3M.
Oh!
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if we
Lucy.
I know, I'm not stupid. Sports for 100. You can do that?
What is wrong with
Who won the WNBA finals?
World National.
Women's National Basketball Association.
Do you know a team?
Name any team. No, I don't know a team. Thomas has
Is this you, 719?
Yeah.
Answer?
Police team.
Just say like cheese curds.
Chance Steele?
There's the links. There's. No. Is Pelicans a hockey team? Because I feel like that'd be a. Okay.
Avery,
I
you
don't
have
know
an answer?
WNBA. No one does.
You have an answer?
I don't even know what it is.
No.
It's like a
Seattle Storm.
Can I have?
What's their mascot? A cloud? It's a lightning bolt.
Lily.
Entertainment for 200. Just so like basically changing things up.
This new video game is based on the character who's basically the mascot for Nintendo.
Wait a minute.
What is
Oh,
what is the name
You
of
don't get this
what
right.
is the name of the new video game?
Among Us?
What?
Oh my gosh, don't say that.
Wait a minute.
Chance
Can I hear the
Steele.
question? Wait, can I hear the question again?
No.
For a game that was for Nintendo.
This new video game is based on the mascot for Nintendo.
You have to tell your speaker.
Was that Nintendo?
Yes. Yes.
No,
I don't care. Lego.
Everybody just go
Lego.
for 500. There might be an
Lego.
off chance that we actually get it.
There's a new Lego game.
Joey, answer.
Mario Super Mario Kart 40.
Super Smash Bros. Something. Super Smash Bros.
Super Mario 3D All Stars.
Yep.
Why did you say
Oh my gosh, why did I think of that? You and you did that, did you?
I literally saw that at Target.
Lewis, your turn.
Did we already do miscellaneous?
Oh my god.
Nobody's done miscellaneous. I want to do miscellaneous for 100.
Miscellaneous for 100.
I might get this back so
Bella lost her turn. That's you didn't know the question. So at least I knew what.
Okay, but
Bella,
our
you
team
can even
won.
pick up questions.
I At least I actually.
This vegetable
The first question.
is very difficult to digest. So
Oh.
when you eat it, it comes out pretty much the way it looks. When it goes in.
Wait, what?
I know that.
A vegetable. I don't know.
I do-
I'm just gonna guess real big.
It's a steal.
Corn.
That's
What?
I know.
Thank you.
Oh. Wait, what was
Corn.
it?
I will never eat corn again.
Oh, I did.
I said 100.
I ain't going, boys.
Oh.
Wait,
What?
I said
It was
100.
only 100.
Dang.
It's over here.
Hey, it's your guys' first point.
She's congratulating her.
Is that sarcasm, Lucy?
Yeah,
Are you-
it's called
are
food
you
rush.
sarcasm?
That was definitely sarcasm. My brother speaks it every day.
Sports for
I
100.
didn't know that. I didn't know that. I thought it was pineapple.
What?
Pineapple is a
This tennis tournament's being held in Paris this week. What's the name of the tennis tournament?
Oh, sweet.
Roosevelt. Good luck.
That's it.
Tournament Paris tennis. What? Okay. Top.
They're all in Europe.
Wait.
French BB.
Really? Really?
The French tournament.
The French Open.
Really? It counts.
Would you like baguettes or more baguette?
You guys gotta be quiet so I can hear the categories. Entertainment for 100. I don't know if I have any more hundreds.
Oh, no. I'm going to choose a 500.
And if you get wrong, you get right.
What if there's an off chance that
I
I
have
You'd still be ahead.
200. Skateboarding became popular after these video games were created by this professional skateboarder.
Ryder, you should know this.
Okay, chance steal. Chance steal.
It's Tony.
Tony something.
No, it's Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk.
I know that's the easiest. I know.
No!
Wait, what was it?
Tony Hawk.
No, it was only 100.
There was one.
No, there weren't any 100.
You have to
Calm down.
Man,
Stop with the stats. Minnesota for 200.
Minnesota for 200. U.S. Minnesota for 200. Within five, Minneapolis just posted their record number of homicides. Last night, another teenager was killed.
Oh.
How many murders have been in Minnesota this, or
Oh gosh, I don't even want
the
to.
Twin Cities, Minneapolis? Minneapolis. How many murders have been in Minneapolis this year? Within,
Oh, well, I killed 2 people, so.
I'll give you 10. Within 10. This was with 200, right?
Oh!
Within 10. How many murders have been in Minneapolis this year?
Six.
Chance steal?
500,000.
No.
Like,
Let's go with 83 and
No, it's not even that much.
I was counting those 3 that happened in 24 minutes.
Answer?
at 83 and a half.
How can you have
How can you half kill someone?
you focus on your tumor for
66.
You leave them half alive so then they can win their
You said
prize.
within
Because
10.
they haven't hit
Yeah.
my house until
Then you said
10
within
above
10.
or 10 below? That's what within means. Some of us have never got that down. Whose turn is it? Over here, Mikey. can't choose what he chose, you can't choose what she chose. Choose anything else.
Actually, don't choose anything because we only have 1 minute.
What did you choose? So you lose your turn because you chose. Goes to you.
Yay!
What'd you say? Can I choose it?
Yes, you can now.
Okay.
For how much? You need 500.
500.
Otherwise, you can't win.
500.
Okay?
I'm gonna fail.
The top 10 television shows. Name 5 of them.
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna like base these off the next Netflix kind of. So Schitt's Creek.
No.
Oh.
4 out of the 10 were football. 4 out of the 10 were the debates. One of them was the NBA Finals. One of them was the Masked Singer. And one of them was 60 Minutes.
That was a good idea. Oh yeah, because someone took my mask off.
Well, we got 300 points, and that's something. I'm proud.
You want to cash that instead of bonus?
I got it.
Bonus points are so safe for
You win!
Do not call under any circumstances.
You win. Come over. You copied some of mine.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
What class you guys at now?
What did I copy?
Oh yeah, bye Chase. Bye bye. Is it still recording? I don't know.
This one looks like
Bye.
upside down.
I got that from a book.
Bye. Oh,
No, I just learned about them like a week.
we miss you all. We
Hit the
miss
off button
you.
there, please.
Bye.
Hit the off button.
Okay. Do you just like
The red button. Hit it.
the red button? There's no
It's
red.
behind this thing.
Oh. Okay. Oh, this.